This is video number 4, starting off with ascorbic acid, vitamin C. In fact, I'm probably going to do a couple of these vitamins out of order. I'll go from vitamin C to vitamin E since they're both antioxidant vitamins. Vitamin C is an interesting vitamin because it is fairly famous. If you were a sailor, let's say before 1720, 1740, anywhere on the planet, and you went to sea, the odds that your crew would develop scurvy, a deficiency of vitamin C, after about a month and a half, was about 50%. Because if you think, what can you bring on a ship back in those days that's not going to become moldy? And a lot of things they would bring would be dried things, things that had a lot of alcohol, like rum, salted things like pork or beef, or pretty much that. You can always catch fish, but you really can't bring fresh fruits and vegetables. So, for a captain of a ship like that, it was really important for you to ensure your crew periodically got to land, probably for emotional support, but also really to get some fresh fruits and vegetables, so you didn't develop this mysterious scurvy. Which you do develop scurvy, by the way, and you're a sailor in 1710. You're what is vitamin C important for? It defends the body against oxidations, kind of like free radical attacks. It helps you make collagen, which is a really important protein that glues the body together, okay? And it's important for your immunity. So if you're a sailor in 1710 and you bump into the side of the ship and you have scurvy, because your body can't really, I'm not laughing, I'm just saying think about this. You cut your skin open, you can't make collagen, which helps knit your scar back, your open wound back together. So that doesn't close. Your immunity's down, so it gets infected. And so that you get that problem. It can cause anemia because your red blood cells become so delicate they burst. Oh, did I mention that scurvy also causes like severe emotional distress where the crew can become hysteric? If you are a captain of a ship, your life depended on your crew not developing scurvy. Okay. We don't see scurvy much today. Vitamin C is pretty much added to everything. It is important, though, as an antioxidant. The thing about vitamin E, though, is we usually eat enough. The upper limit is 2,000 milligrams. Even small amounts of most fruits and vegetables will get you there. I think what we tend to think about when it comes to vitamin C, I'm going to move my head, is that, orange juice is a good source, and here's our orange juice. But look, it's not just orange juice. Cereal has vitamin C, almost the same as an orange. Tomatoes have vitamin C. Where is my bell pepper? Bell peppers are a great source of vitamin C. Green beans have some, but where is my bell pepper? I don't see it. Trust me, bell peppers are a good source. You really just need access to fresh fruits and vegetables to get enough vitamin C. And remember, the recommendation is 75 milligrams for females, 90 milligrams for males. That's probably more than you need. These RDAs are very luxurious. Okay, so scurvy is the deficiency. Oh, can you develop toxicity? Yes, you can from supplements. It is an acid, it is ascorbic acid that's above 2,000 milligrams a day. And typically it's things like cramping in the tummy, some constipation, issues like that. But that's generally from supplements. So I'm going to skip ahead to vitamin E. Vitamin E is also an antioxidant, like vitamin C. Vitamin E is found in fats. You can find it in lots of different types of foods. Believe it or not, even though we don't consider leafy greens fatty, they actually do have vitamin E and vitamin D, which is a fat soluble vitamin. But your best sources for vitamin E are things like oils. I wouldn't say coconut oil. I would say corn oil, vegetable oil. Those have vitamin E added to them as a preservative. Peanuts, almonds are a great source of vitamin E, avocado. If you don't get enough vitamin E, which is rare, it's hard to do, you can, in theory, have issues like nerve damage. It also can cause anemia, kind of like deficiency of vitamin C, where your red blood cells become very delicate and they burst. It's just really hard to develop a vitamin E. It's really hard to develop deficiency of vitamin E. What we kind of worry about actually is toxicity. Vitamin E at high doses acts as an anticoagulant. For the vast majority of healthy folks, that doesn't mean anything, correct? But if you're an elderly individual taking clotting medication, so medication that keeps you from having a blood clot, preventing a heart attack, preventing a stroke, and you are megadosing on vitamin E, that would be a problem. And I believe at some point by either the early 2000s or the late 1990s, the American Academy of Cardiology, right? The AAC or the ACA, one of the big time cardiology outfits for this country said, said to their cardiologist, do not recommend vitamin E for your patients. Some patients are taking way too much and it's affecting their blood clotting. Very interesting. Do you need supplements? Probably not. But you do have to eat foods that have it. You should be eating nuts and seeds. This should be part of your diet. So I eat a lot of almonds. I eat sunflower seeds all the time. I add them to my daily breakfast cereal. Even a little bit, one little handful of sunflower seeds will get you where you need to be. No problem. And your membranes are lipid bilayer. Here's a membrane of a cell. Here's a lipid bilayer. How might vitamin E work? Vitamin E acts to take the hit. If there's an oxygen molecule that's a little radical, or ozone, you've heard of ozone, and that were to attack your membrane of one of your cells, instead of your cellular fats inside the membranes being attacked, vitamin E becomes kind of attacked. It actually itself becomes a radical. It's a more gentle radical. And the nice thing about that is vitamin C in the blood, because vitamin C is water soluble, can regenerate vitamin E. And since we take in so much vitamin C, imagine what you're doing is you're flushing your body on a daily basis with vitamin C, and you're regenerating vitamin E to do its job inside your cellular membranes. And then any vitamin C that's now been used up can be peed out, but that's okay because you're taking in more vitamin C, right? C and E, they're both important as antioxidants. E, you worry about too much for clotting, and C is important for collagen production. And the lack of that glue explains why pirates, their teeth fall out and their wounds won't heal, because you can't knit your body back together. That's the end of this video.